Yes, you are all welcome to this first edition of our data analysis series with mentorship and training with Abedin Adeniyi, the modern CFO. Today we'll be looking at how to prepare profit and loss statement using basic Excel pivot table. This is going to be the part one of it. Our agenda for today, first of all, look at the introduction to profit and loss statement. Then we are going to look at data table and name range, P&L pivot table, calculated feed, and calculated items. So as we all know, one of the most powerful tools in financial management is profit and loss statement, which is often referred to as income statement. So the financial reports just goes beyond just being a compliance document. So it's a form of tools or strategic tools that reveal the true health and performance of a company, because it shows what we have earned and what we have spent, and as well whether the company is in gain or loss over a period of time, for a specific period of time. So by analyzing your revenue, your cost of sales, and operating expenses, so you can easily uncover insight into your profitability level, your efficiency level, and some other areas that needs an improvement. However, in today's fast-paced business world, so starting reports, unlike what we accountants normally look at, historical, what has been done. So if you want to make any agile decision, so it requires a timely analysis, and that is where a pivot table comes into play. So with pivot table, you should be able to handle a large amount of transactions, whether from your ledger, whether from your chart of account, and turn them into a dynamic summaries. So with pivot table, we can perform month over month analysis, year over year analysis. We can also use pivot table to identify unusual trends, the outliers, or whether there are areas that you are actually losing money or funds. We can also use pivot table to break down profits into product line, regions, department. So with this visibility, it will allow us to act swiftly and as well to cut losses, and also invest more in an area that our company is performing, whether our product is performing very well. And we can also use this to make a data-driven decisions in order to align with our business strategy. So whether you are a business owner, finance professional, or aspiring analyst, so mastering P&L by using pivot table is just a starting point for you, and it will allow you to stay competitive in today's economy. So for this, we are going to look at a practical. We're going to use this extracted general ledger to prepare a kind of profit and loss statement, just like this you are looking at. So we're going to, firstly, this is our data set. This data set, we can turn the data set to data table and also give it a name. So by coming here and use Ctrl T, if you press Ctrl T now, as you can see, it automatically bring you this dialog box where you can click OK. Or as well, you can come to Home, then go to Format as at a table. Anyone you click there, it will automatically give you the box. I want to keep this data set. Let's create another data set by click on Control Sheet, and let's name it P&L data set or P&L data. Okay, that's P&L data or GL data. Let's use GL data. So now we want to create a data table. Ctrl T, then we click this. So anyone you want to pick in any of this, you can choose any one of your choice. You can change it to this, you can change it to this, you can change it to this. Anyone at all that you want to use is highly welcome. So let's use this. Okay, this is our data table now. So the next step is to go to insert. When you click on your insert, you see a recommended pivot table, you see a pivot table. Let's click a pivot table because we want to create a custom pivot table for profit and loss statement. When you click on it, you take you here, you click your profit from range. Okay, before then, let's go back to table design. Let's name, this is name range. Let's call it GL data, GL data, yeah, GL data, that's it. So if you click outside the range, you see the name is no more there. So this is also good for financial analysis or financial model. So anything you are doing within this data table, so is named as GL data. So let's continue. Click on insert, go to pivot table, click here, so you can see this is its name. So we are using new worksheet. Click OK. So this is our pivot table area. So now we want to, these are feed, pivot table feed. So if you look at the GL data, you can look at it very well. We have account name. Your account name says revenue, says returns. We have main type. Your main type is only showing revenue, expenses, assets, liability, and equity. Also, we have net sales. We have net sales for account type, and we have report line, and we have our balances. Our balances is contain your debit and credit. So for income, it is positive. Why for expenses, it is what? It is negative. So let's go back to our pivot table. We can name this P and L. P and L. Let's name it that way. So let's pick this as an amount. That's our amount. So let's take account type, because our account type has the kind of breakdown, the kind of hierarchy we have for our profit and loss statement. Net sales, less cost of goods sold, less operating expenses to get our operating profit, then less non-operating expenses or net operating income to arrive at profit before tax, and so on and so on. So we are going to use account type, because it's well organized and it gives us the kind of results we are actually looking for. You can also choose account name to have a kind of dive down, yes, to at least maybe to identify some element of our operating expenses like salaries and wages, advertising, utilities. But let's start with the account type. This is our account type, and this is what we have. If you look at this, we have it contains both income statement and balance sheet, but we are only interested in income statement. So what we are going to do, we come to our report line and use our report line as a filter. Come here, you can select this multiple in order to filter only the income statement. So you can see we've been able to filter only the income statement for our purpose. Then we can rearrange, can move this up, though there's a custom way to to create the hierarchy one after the other, but for today we can use manual arrangement. So this net sales, this cost of sales. After the cost of sales, what we should have is let's increase, yeah, so that you can see very well. Okay, so after the cost of sales, we can, okay, the next should be operating expenses. Let's move our operating expenses here. After that, we should move our non-operating expenses and non-operating income. Yeah, let's move this here. Can as well move this here. Yes, let's move it here. Yeah, so these are our income tax. This grand total is our net profit, but you will see we are going to create it. So we've done that. Let's come here or go to design. Yeah, go to design. We can, let's go to grand total. We can off, yes, we don't want the grand total. Let's come to blank, insert blank line after each item. So let's do that. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's bring account name. Let's bring account name. Yeah. Okay. This style is now working now with account name. You can see it has created a blank. It has created a blank. Yeah, it has created a blank. And after that, we can close this. You can as well close this. You can leave this. Let's leave this. Do we need a subtotal? Okay, let's create a subtotal. Let's create a subtotal at the bottom. Yeah, so that for operating expenses we can easily identify the total operating expenses. For other ones, okay, we have this is only one, this is also only one. And being there are also many, it will create their subtotal the same way. I think this is fine. Yeah, okay. So with this we can now move down to our calculated feed and calculated items. So to create our calculated feed and calculated items, as we speak, let me click this figure, then go to pivot table analysis, go to feed item and sales. If you look at it, it's only showing calculated feed, while our calculated item is feed. Why is because calculated feed is only applicable to the columns, but what we are interested in here is we want to, okay, let me click it. If you click it, you can see it's only showing your columns, account name, main type, account type, and it's not going to give in your calculated items. Ordinarily it's supposed to show calculated items here, but it's not going to show it. So what we need to do, click any area in your content here with text. So calculated item is only applicable to text and not figures or columns. So when you go back to power table analysis, analyze, then go to feed items and sets, click this, you can see we have our calculated items. So with this we can now start creating our calculated items like gross profit, operating profit, profit before interest and tax, or profit before tax, and our net profit. So let's quickly do that. So now we create this gross profit, gross profit. So our gross profit is net sales minus cost of sold, cost of goods sold. But because our cost of goods sold is a minus, so we'll come here. So let's go to account type, because that is where we have, you can see it's under account type that you will find all the necessary item that we want to use. Click on net sales, insert item, then you click on plus, go to cost of sales, insert item as well, and click add. Pivot table formula can only refer to items in the same field calculated. Yeah, what is happening? Do we have any other item here? What is happening? Our main type, do we have? Yeah. Do we also have any cost of goods sold somewhere? Our main account. We only have cost of sales. At times, pivot table behave this way, but we don't have any net sales. Do you have any net sales here? We don't have net sales. We only have cost of sales. We have let's go back to sell this. I don't know why it's not working, but let's see. Cost of sales. Pivot table can only refer to items in the same field as calculated. I don't know why it's not working. Let me see. Because this is the same formula we've used to calculate my. Let's see. The same method we have used here. Where is our account type? Account type. Where is our gross profit here? This is our gross profit here, which we have done the other time. Okay, let's try again. I don't know why it's showing that. Let's come in. Account calculated item. Yes, okay. Gross profit. Gross profit. Then we have this. Our net sales. Insert. Then plus our cost of sales. Insert. So it's not working. So I don't know what is wrong before. So we've created that. You can click your OK. When you click your OK, you can see this is gross profit. You can easily take the gross profit up, or you calculate the remaining value. Okay, let me reduce. Okay, so that's okay. These are, so we can take it up here. You can see these are gross profits. Now I want to calculate this. How to calculate our operating expense. So come here, come to operating profit, rather operating profit. Operating profit. Our operating profit will be gross profit inside item plus operating expenses. You know, we have our operating expenses total there. So we click OK. It's already there, you can see. Also, we want to calculate our profit before tax. Yes, you can remove this immediately and calculate profit before tax, profit before tax, or profit before interest and tax, whichever one. Or yes, let's use this, or PBIT, whichever one you want to use. PBIT, profit before tax, whichever one you want to use the new one. So our profit before tax is going to be operating profit, so account type, operating profit, where's our operating profit? Operating profit plus other expenses and loss, plus other revenue and gain. So the three together. Not trying type of formula. Oh, sorry, yes, I see this. So okay, we've calculated that. So you can also as well calculate our net profit. So net profit, can calculate our net profit. So our net profit is going to be, net profit will be profit before tax, this plus income tax. Yeah, with income tax, just add it. Then we can click OK. So now we've been able to calculate our profits, operating profits, profit before tax, and our net profits. Yeah, so we can then move it across their space. Now our operating profits should be here. Then our profit before tax should come here. Then our income tax and our net profits. So that's all, but let's see how we can format. Let's try and format. We can move this a little. Let's do this. So yes, let's try and format. To format this income profit and loss statement. Okay, let's first of all remove this. Let's profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement for the year ended. For the year ended 2024. Yeah, for the year ended 2024. This as well can also be removed. You can write amount, then put it in the brackets like this. Try to give it a space so that it can be accepted. Okay, do this. Right. So let's go to design. In order to format sheets, come here. So I've created all this, but let me show us how I created this custom. How I created it. You can choose this second one and duplicate it. Let's come here, right click, duplicate. So when you duplicate, give this a name. You can give it GL data, GL data, or GL data 1. So you can now remove all this dark, all these double or black elements. Clear them away. Clear all these dark elements. Clear all of them. Once you clear all these dark elements, clear them off. Clear everything. This is a very simple way to format your. So let's click OK. Yeah, let's now go here. So we've named it. Where is it? Yeah, so this is it. Now click it. You can see everything has been cleared off. Now what we are going to do is we can now started. You can come here. Yeah, can expand it to our taste. Now let's come here. First of all, let's click on this okay. Yes, okay, these are subtotal. Okay. Problem, these are subtotal. So my subtotal, just with top border for subtotal. Now all these calculated item, you can use control. So profit before tax. Okay, yes, profit before tax. This, so that one. Basic profit, click this here. So let's use top and double bottom border. Let's come here. Let's click this. Let's put it. So you can see these are our income statements. This one you can keep it or put it like this. So that's all for our profit and loss statement using the Excel basic pivot table. We also have another way of using a pivot table to prepare profit and loss statement, either by using Power Query or by using Power Pivots. So we are going to take it step by step. So I'm going to share this data set with us, and as well send us another large volumes of data of G&A transactions that we can also use as practice. So for our part 2, we are going to use that assignment to create another profit and loss statement. For our part 3, we are going to use it to create our balance sheet. Thank you. You're welcome. See you again.